Alright guys, what is up? It is Shin, and today, as you can see, we are making another tier list because that's what I do. It's easy and it gets my point across and it allows me to talk about characters. It allows me to talk about characters in a more simplified and subjective way, while also forcing engagement because you guys are going to disagree. Now, just as a disclaimer, I don't know the characters by name very well. I'm very much new to the characters because I tried not to pay too much attention because I want to enjoy the game from a new player perspective. I didn't want to go into the game knowing what to pull and have my account min-maxed to the extreme. So I do know what characters are good, and that will be reflected in the video, or in the tier list rather. But there are some characters that I don't care whether they're good or they're bad, I am going to pull them. And I just want to talk about them. So without further ado, obviously we're in 1.1 in global. So this is the only standard character I don't have. I don't even know her name. Let's look quick. Haruna. I do not have Haruna. So I'm going to be using this Pride Win just to get characters' names because I don't remember their names. So we're going to include the 4 stars as well, but we're kind of going to be focusing on 5 stars because let's be real, the 5 stars dictate the team. And there's only certain teams, from my understanding, that use 4 stars. Now, let's start out with the current characters. I don't know the banner order, so I'm gonna go over Yui and Minami, and then Yusuke, and then after that, I'm just gonna go based off of in order. So what's the orders in here? So Rui, easy skip. I love her playstyle. I love follow-up attacks because, you know, Star Rail, I do have Fei Xiao. I just don't like how follow-up attacks are just really bad in Persona 5, the Phantom X. The fact that they make the chances so low is just really disappointing because it's like you're taking their whole kit and you're saying, yeah, this isn't gonna be consistent, and you're just really shooting them in the foot and being like, why aren't they selling? Like, if you want to sell me a follow-up character, if I remember correctly, her follow-up is like 35% chance. I think it's 45 in global. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I know it's not even 50%. Now her highlight does fix that, but it's temporary. And I think I'm gonna compare follow-ups to Star Rail, and I'm gonna compare them primarily to Clara, who is a standard banner character in Honkai Star Rail. So her being a limited follow-up attack character that doesn't have a consistent way of using follow-ups without, if I remember correctly, it's Cord, wherever she is, without Cord, just feels really bad. But that's just my opinion. So she's an easy skip for me. And then we got Minami. She's a sad skip. I really do want her. I'm at 70 of 80 pity. I'm skipping her because I know she'll be on standard, but as you'll see later, there's a team that really likes having her, and she's like best in slot. So I'm just really sad I'm going to be skipping her. I'm even more sad with the Lufel's plan change nerf, in my opinion, where you can't even get a dupe of her or her weapon. I think that's just a huge L, and I really hope they fix that, but we'll just have to wait and see. Yusuke, I'm gonna put him at really want. I am gonna pull him. If I lose the 50-50, we'll just I'll wait and see kind of how I'll try him out and then we'll kind of go from there. But I really want him because he is the Clara of this game, where he gets hit and he counterattacks. His follow-ups are counterattacks. And he scales off defense, and I've looked into him because I wanted to know how to build him so I can kind of prep for him. So like I've actually been, I know the character's not great, but I've actually been building, I forget her name, I think it's Yuki. Let's find out. Yeah, Yuki. I've been actually working on her a little bit on the side for Yusuke. And I know scaling off defense is kind of rough in this game, or just in general, but I like his playstyle. I do want to try and go for his weapon too, because his weapon I think is just insanely good for him. Like it's just a huge DPS buff. So I'm saving for that as well. But that'll just be if I win the 50-50 and I do decide to just go all in on him, then I'll go for his weapon, because why would I pull for the weapon if I don't even have the character, you know? So that is where I'm at with him. Again, if you want to see me pull for him, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitch, Shimpone_, on Twitch. Otherwise, you're on here, YouTube as well. Next up we have, let's figure out this character's name. Where is she? Probably go to 4 stars, huh? Chizuko. She is a 4-star nuclear character. Here, I should make a new, oh, nope. Nope. I'm messing things up. There we go. Okay, we are gonna put one above here. And we're gonna call it, we're gonna call it 4-star. This character I really want. I think she's really cool, but I do know she's basically, as far as I know, I could be wrong, let me know in the comments. From my understanding, she is only good with Makoto. So with that in mind, I am gonna just, if I do go for Makoto and I do get her, that'll be awesome. But I'm not gonna pull for a 4-star. I've learned my lesson with ZZZ. That is the only game I'll be pulling 4 stars for, or A ranks rather. But next up, we have Wind. She is a 4-star, but she is given for free. That I do know, because I looked into that. Like what characters were for free. And she's a 4-star navigator. That is basically your replacement for Kaio, I think her name is. Oops. Yeah, Kaio. So she's good, and I'm gonna build her because I love Wind. She's awesome. I like her design. So she'll be a 4-star, so I'll just be getting her. And then this dude, I know he is a 4-star as well. Where is he? I don't even know what he does. So he's just a buffer. Okay, so he buffs dots, basically. Maybe. Oh, he just buffs everything. Okay, that's pretty cool. He's gonna be a 4-star. I'm not gonna go out of my way to get him, but if he's, I'll try him out and see what he does. So I don't really have much to say on him just because I don't really know. Makoto, I'll throw a few at him. I'll throw a few at her. If I get her, I get her. If not, I'm just gonna wait and see who's next, because we'll be shortly seeing who I'm gonna be trying my best to get. But I've heard Makoto is really good, and she stays good for a decent amount of time. But I'm not gonna sweat the meta because it's Persona. This is more so just I love Persona, I love Megaten. So I'm gonna be focusing on what I enjoy instead of trying to min-max every team. but I might min-max some teams, and I'm going to try and pull more staple units. But I'm not going to sweat, like, I'm not going to try and pull a bunch of DPSs, because the last thing you want is to have a bunch of DPSs and not enough supports. But I think, you know, having type or element based content is just, you want her eventually, I think. So I'm going to throw a few, and just, well, actually I'll put her in want a little, because I do want her, because I do want to get all the Persona 5 cast. So we'll put her there. Phoebe, she gets added to standard, so I might just sad skip her, but I might just throw a few at him. I might just throw a few at her, because from what I've looked into and what I've heard people say, she is amazing, and she replaces Kaio. And I know Minami, or I mean Puppet, I forget her name. Let me double check. 4-star Miyu. I know Miyu is really good, and I am going to be using her because of Yusuke. If I get Yusuke, I'll be using her still for him. But she is a standard character from my understanding. She does come to standard. So I'll maybe throw a few at her like I did Minami, which I say a few, but I threw 70 at Minami. But Phoebe, we'll throw a few and see what happens and kind of just go from there. Now, this is the first character I will be putting in the SpongeBob meme tier. I should have explained the tiers, but I mean, if you look at the tiers, they kind of explain themselves, so I'm not too worried about that. But editor Shen, throw in the SpongeBob meme. Thanks, buddy. All right, so she is amazing from what I've heard. Cord, I have a written list. I just went and grabbed it, and she is on that written list of characters that I am. This written list is effectively my SpongeBob meme tier, but there's a few that I like. For example, Yusuke, he's on the list, but he is not in the SpongeBob meme tier. So she is an amazing support. I really like her gimmick of giving extra highlights. I think that's really cool. I think she's gonna be really fun, and I do hope to get her. And I will be trying my damnedest to do that. All right, now I foreshadowed this with Minami, and I was basically advertising this. I'm gonna put, and this is gonna be ordered, by the way. This is gonna be ordered. This is all ordered, aside from have, because this is just the fact that I have all these characters. Summer Motoha, I really want her, but I prioritize Cord because she's a support, so she's just universal. And Summer Motoha, she's awesome. You know, she's in a swimsuit. You know, gotta stay on brand. Am I right, guys? Like, oh, it doesn't show the fold, but she's really cool. And her kit is really awesome. I do like the fact that she uses her health to buff her attack, but also wants to overheal. So she kind of gives Blade vibes from Honkai Star Rail. And it's super funny because I hate using Blade, and I kind of have a toxic relationship with Blade because I accidentally used my guarantee on him instead of when I was saving for Kafka. I did like 3 pulls and got him. So it's Blade, but a waifu in a swimsuit. So enough said, am I right, guys? And speaking of swimsuits, we have, I think it's Summer Tomoko. I'm gonna put her here. I'm actually gonna put her here because she's a healer, if I remember correctly. Let me just double check. Yeah, she is in fact a healer. So 5-star healers. I have a very, again, Star Rail, I have a very awkward relationship with 5-star healers. I skipped Luocha, or I lost the 50-50 to Luocha rather, and I did not have a good healer or sustain unit until Fushuen came out, because I don't like Japard. I keep losing my 50-50s to him, so I hate Japard. I was rocking Natasha until Fushuen and Lynx came out. That is when I had 2 sustains. and they are the goats for that. And I don't remember her kit off the top of her head. Let's just take a quick look-see. She also deals side damage, which I think it's cool that she kept her same type, even though Summer Motoha did not. But I mean, bless. Of course, they can't give you lightning DPSs, except for, you know, Akihiko. But we'll get there. But anyways, let's read her kit. Spark. Okay, what's her A0? Okay, so she has like a pseudo follow-up attack heal type thing, and that's really cool. I do like her. She kind of gives off Ling Sha vibes, and I'm using Star Rail as a frame of reference because it's the only other turn-based gacha that I play. It's the turn-based gacha that I have very extensive knowledge in, so I'm just using that to compare, you know. Speaking of Star Rail comparisons, we have, I think his name, his Phantom Thief name, or Phantom Idol name is Mesa, but Kira. I'm gonna throw a few at him. He is a bleed dot. He's like Luca as a 5-star, where he applies bleed, he detonates bleed. I got to try him on the Taiwan server when I tried it way back. That was when he came out, and I really liked him. I think he's pretty fun, but I don't like him enough. I think his design is cool. I mostly just like his weapon, let's be real. I just really like his weapon. I think it looks really cool. So I'll throw a few at him, but I'm also not gonna sweat it. If I don't get him, I don't get him. If I do, awesome. Yeah. Futaba. SpongeBob meme. Easy. She is amazing. She is Silver Wolf that doesn't take up a party slot. Well, she does, but not like a combat party slot. So she's just really good, and she's just a 5-star Navi, so she's cracked. So she's obviously here. Cherish. I'm gonna put him right here next to his favorite DPS, Yusuke. These two go hand in hand. I don't know. I didn't look into it, so I let me know in the comments, because I don't know. Let me know if he is a standard unit. I heard that he is. If he's not, I'll throw more than just a few pulls at him. But because I do like Yusuke, and I want to give him like the good team, because I know he's kind of mid, but he is a passion character for me in terms of playstyle. So he is a really want for me. Now, Haru. Again, she's a P5 Phantom Thief, so I am going to be trying my best to get her eventually. But I'm not very interested in her playstyle. But she does look really cool. I did look at some gameplay. So, and I'll try and flash like a little snippet of gameplay for all these characters as well. And I'll probably, if I did that, I've probably been doing it by now. But she looks all right. She's not bad. She doesn't look great to me, but I want her eventually. Now, we have Mont, the 5-star version, who has dual typing. She can switch between dances or whatever, to change her element between wind and ice. And I think that's really cool. And I've seen some gameplay of this Mont with Yusuke. So like you'd run Yusuke Mont Cherish or whatever. So I don't know. Obviously she's not going to be out by the time Yusuke comes out, so it doesn't matter. But I do want her eventually. I do really want her. I think her gimmick is really cool. So I'm definitely gonna try my best to get her. Howler? Well, I don't remember her. I'm terrible with these names, dude. Also, Ichigo, she's on here, or she came out. She just came out, but she's not in this tier list. So I'll just put that at the end, because she's the newest character. Where's I probably looked at her like 3 times. Right here, Runa. I like how she has dog and she's wearing a dog outfit. So I think I'm like pretty sure she's standard. So I'm gonna throw a few at her. Probably here. Because I don't think she's probably better than Phoebe at this point, but Phoebe is a little bit more important in terms of her release when she releases. And I think she's just really good. Actually, no, I'm gonna move her up here because I really want her. I do like her like debuffs. I think it's pretty cool. I think she's pretty fun. So I'm excited to try and get her. But again, if she is standard, I'm not gonna sweat it. I'll throw a few at her. So if she is standard, she goes here. If she's limited, she'll go here. So I'm just gonna put her here just in case to cover myself. And then we also have, next up after that, we have Kasumi or Sumire, whichever you prefer. I'm gonna put her here. She is a blessed single target, and I do think she's really cool. I've seen her animations and I really like what she does. But again, it's turn-based, it's team building, so you're gonna want to run more supports. And if I do end up going for Summer Motoha, I'll probably be less likely to pull for Kasumi right away, just because I'll have a blessed DPS anyways. But I'm sure there's gonna be situations where Kasumi or Sumire, I'll just call her Kasumi, will be more useful, you know, in single target modes, obviously, but I'm not sure where exactly. So she goes here because I do like her and I want to get her at some point. SpongeBob meme, Wind Vast. When I first played this, when I first played this, she was coming out because I just wanted to try it. So I downloaded the Taiwan version and gave it a shot. I like her kit. I love her kit. I love her animations. I love her persona. I love her design. It's weeby. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm gonna have her. I'm gonna have her and her weapon. So that might be a tier on its own, but it would just be like Yusuke, Wind Vast, Cord. Those are the ones that I can see myself pulling the weapons for. So that, as of right now, that's on this list. But she's awesome. I love her gameplay. I love her design. I just love everything about Wind Vast. So I will probably do the funny thing of having Wind Vast and Wind on the same team for like more casual content, like just doing dailies and whatnot. But and then when I'm doing like more serious content, which I do post videos of, by the time this comes out, I will have uploaded 2 videos of me clearing endgame content, and I'll have another one coming up after this. So if you're interested in seeing more content like that, like, comment, and subscribe for more. So yeah, obviously I don't have much to say other than I'm obsessed with Wind Vast and I need her on my account right now. Power creep be damned, I need her. Now we have Yaoling Chinese New Year. I like her outfit. I love her design. She is very like, it's a very attractive outfit. I like that design. But I have On, and I'm using On, and I love On, and I will be building On because she's my boo. She was the original P5 waifu. Before I ascended, she is my Phantom Thief waifu from P5, other than like Haru. So I will probably focus on her, but I do know Yaoling Chinese New Year version is insane, so I'll probably try and get her at some point. So I'll probably move her down here. I'll put her here because I know for a fact she was limited, so she gets a little bit more priority in terms of Phoebe and Mesa. Now her name, I don't know her real name. I know it's Matoi. Mio, right here. I love her persona's design. I love her outfit. I love her kit. She's just really fun. If you've seen some of my other content, I gravitate towards debuffers. So like in Star Rail, I'm trying to collect and build every single Nihility unit. The only one I've skipped so far is Cypher, and I cry every day because I lost a 50-50 and the fake collab kit was coming out, and I wanted to just save as many pulls as I could for that, which I needed. That video may or may not be uploaded before this, so if you're interested, check that out. She's just really cool. I love her. She's awesome. Akechi. This is a poll for one of my chatters, Mage. If you're watching this, shout out to Mage. He loves Akechi. From my understanding, he is like a sub DPS for Bless. And if that's true, if I get Kasumi, I'll try and go for Akechi. But I'm not, out of all of the P5 Phantom Thieves, he's probably not one of the lowest priorities for me. So I'll put him actually right here. So I think that is a good place for him because I want him, but like not that bad. If you could get his Crow outfit, I would probably put him at throw few. But for all we know, they could re-release him as Crow with Loki. And that would be pretty cool, actually, I'm not gonna lie. And then next we have Turbo. We're gonna put Turbo here because I like her support, giving extra turns and whatnot. I think that's really cool. Kind of gives Bronya Sunday Bubbin vibes from Star Rail. So I like it. It's fun. It gives like hyper carry, and just her buffs are awesome as well. So that's it. Her outfit is okay, but I love her weapon. Her weapon is amazing. Like her 5-star weapon looks phenomenal. I love it. And then next we have Anj. We're gonna put her here. I love her kit. I like her outfit. I've heard about her story a little bit. Again, I didn't look into it, so I'm not gonna discuss it just because I don't want to say something wrong. I just love her. I love her kit. She's an amazing Navi, and I just really want her on my account. I'm gonna try and get the limited Navis because they all seem to be busted in their own ways. I think the least busted 5-star Navi is Phoebe, and I think that's just because she's been delegated to standard Navi, and it is what it is. Now we have our first DPS that will be taking a high ranking slot in the SpongeBob meme tier. Makoto Yuki, aka Dorkun, if you know, you know. I've been playing Persona 3 Reload on stream. I played Persona 3 Reload on my own like 3 times already. I love that game, and I'm so happy he's here. I love the collab characters because, you know, they always end up making them busted, so it kind of feels nice bringing a character that's just like, oh, I'm gonna do a gajillion damage, and like it's just, you know, he's got Orpheus. He's awesome. I love him. He's great. Yukari, we're gonna put her here actually. Again, they're collab characters. Because they're collab, I might put them here, you know, especially because, well, actually, you know what, I lied. We're gonna put them here. We're gonna keep them there. Yukari is a amazing healer. Again, she works with this theurgy stuff, so she has really good buffing in that regard as well, from my understanding. And yeah, so she's pretty cool, and I like her kit, so she's gotta go there. And then surprisingly we have, or not so surprising really, Akihiko. He's really cool. He's just, you know, our main actual lightning DPS, because, you know, Rui she's chilling at the bottom, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, like it's just, as you will come to know, I have a preference of characters of the feminine variety. And so he kind of gets the whole not a waifu treatment, but he is really cool. I did his trial on the Taiwanese server, and he's pretty fun. So I do want to give him a few pulls. Actually, you know, I'll put him here. Actually, he gets demoted. And last but certainly not least, the most recent character that came out within the last few days, Ichigo Shikano. She is a curse assassin DPS that apparently, like from the quick glance I've took of her kit, she is a cursed dot character. And if you know me from Star Rail, I love dot. I am a dot main. I played dot before it was cool. And it just, I love dot. And you know, her name's Ichigo. I'm a big Bleach fan, so you know, she's just hitting all the right buttons for me. So for her, I'm gonna put her in SpongeBob meme, and I'll try my best to find an image that'll fit here and put it there. But she would I'd probably put her above Futaba, or especially above somewhere Motoha. But all right, that is it, guys, for my tier list. Coming from global and not really looking too into the characters because I kind of want to surprise myself. Let me know, what do you guys think? And for those who are playing or keeping up with the meta of, you know, the Taiwanese, let me know, am I picking meta characters? Is my account gonna be bricked or stacked? I think it's gonna be stacked because, you know, I am gonna be I'm going to be trying my best to guarantee Wind Vast, Cord, and Turbo. And then obviously I really want Anj and Futaba. And you know, let me know, does building Yusuke hold my account back a little bit? Let me know, because I'm curious what you guys think. Who are you going to be prioritizing in the future? Now, I don't know exactly when these characters are coming out, so it really just depends on if my, you know, SpongeBob memes are going to cuck me by going back to back at all. But don't spoil it if you know, because I'm sure they're going to change it a little bit. But if you liked this video and you want to see more P5X content, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as I've said several times already, so I'm sure you're sick of hearing it. And if you want to see me play some Star Rail, Zenless, P5X, I play fighting games, not as much as I used to, and I'm currently playing through P3R and Pokemon Coliseum right now because we hit our follower goal of 300. Now I'm trying to hit 315 and followers on Twitch, and I'm trying to hit 175 subs on YouTube. So if you guys enjoyed this and want to see something more like that from me, please, I'd appreciate it greatly. Hit the subscribe button, hit that follow button, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.